Hey folks, welcome back to the From the Armory 2-minute gear check. I don't know if we're going to throw this in at the end of the video or have a separate video on how we're doing it. We're both here.
Separate card.
Because apparently you guys like us both at the same time.
Is a rumor on the street.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
And you don't have anything to drink.
Oh my Lord, have mercy. Oh my goodness.
Means you got to chug one. Alright, so anyway, hopefully everything's good. You can hear this and you don't hear that stupid annoying bird up there. Johnny, this is your 2-minute gear check.
Yeah.
I'm going to shut up for a second.
We're going to talk about something we have been, I think we've been using this for as long as we've known each other. Some type of variant. Yeah.
Yeah, 2003 or so.
And that's the Jet Boil Flash. We actually primarily use the Flash and the Jet Boil Zip. So if we go off camera, it's because I let my dog out of the kennel and he is standing right in the tripod. But the Jet Boil Flash, it comes in its own little self-contained unit. Has all the accessory you need: burner, stabilizer for the can, which is kind of a pain in the ass to get on. It has the thing about the Flash, the biggest difference between the Flash and the Zip, other than weight and retail price, which we'll get into here in a minute, is this one comes with its own self-igniter. Screw it into the bottom base. Eventually, hook it to the, I'm using the 100 gram Jet Boil fuel source. They make these up to all the way 450 to a, 450 to 1,000 grams. So each one, depending on how long you're going to be out, I think something like this will last more. Like I know it lasted the entire time we were at Knobstone.
Easily.
This is the same one that I used, and it still has plenty of fuel left in it.
They got a great burn time, and it's all going to depend on how often you're using your stove. It's going to burn. It's going to boil water the same amount of time, unless you're at different altitudes or whatever. But really, it's going to be how often you use your stove throughout the day. And I put the stabilizer on there just to show what it's like on there. You can take that damn thing
Once you put the stabilizer on, set it down, any relatively flat surface is just going to stabilize it. You know, you're not going to put it on the side of a hill and expect your stabilizer to stabilize it. Once you get it connected, turn the fuel on with a handy dandy key knob, add water, and then hit the igniter. Well, we don't have any water here, but for instructional purposes, I'll go ahead and pop the igniter. And she's working now. So it takes about, there's a fill line inside the middle. You see how hot that got?
Almost already steaming, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Almost immediately. You fill it to the fill line in about, depending on the tech manual, it says about 100 seconds, but roughly less than 2 minutes you have boiling hot water. Yep. You can use that for your dry foods, to add water, to make it into something that you eat out in the field. We use it for tea, coffee.
Tea at night, coffee in the morning.
Also with
meal water.
Yeah, meal water. Yeah. Adding it to the
dehydrated meals. Yep.
Meals, and then you have hydrated food, and it's delicious. The biggest thing is a little trick is, like, I'll take a wash rag or something out to the field, and I'll heat up the water, and then I'll pour it over, like in the morning when you wake up, that warm rag.
Oh yeah.
Getting all the gunk out of your eyes and everything. Yeah. So the only difference between the Flash and the Zip is, like I said, is the igniter. Same base, same.
Well, the Flash also, at least mine does, like yours, has the heat indicator on the side.
Yeah. Right.
That changes color. It'll go to like an orange color. It'll show. I know we've talked about this a little bit on one of our previous gear checks where we did my coffee kit, which was kind of a amalgamation of different items that I throw together to brew coffee. But anyway, it'll get orange when your water's ready if you're standing off the side. But if you're like us and we're idiots and we hover over it and inhale the fumes and things, we like to sit and watch it boil because
it's better than TV.
It's entertainment.
TV in the woods.
Yeah, and we're tired of talking to each other at that point.
That's a new feature. Back in the day, they didn't have that.
Nope.
That feature is that's pretty much why, cause I guess we built muscle memory and just watching the water boil and knowing it's hot. It's like, that's going to be too hot for coffee or whatever, just for whatever.
Yeah, and these little cans are awesome. You seen Johnny fiddling with it a little bit, and I kind of helped him out. But honestly, this thing is this canister. It's really awesome. But if you're not used to it, if this is your first time and you've seen us do it, this is our millionth time using these stoves.
Yeah.
This thing folds away down here. This little what do you call it? Like a fuel.
The key. I just call it a key.
Yeah, it's like a key, right? To adjust your flame or adjust your output. That folds under there for easy storage and to keep it a little more streamlined. if you put this on there before that, you're not going to be able to adjust your fuel. You're going to have to take it back off, flip that thing out, and then put your canister on.
Just like with any other,
I do it a million times.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I just did it just now on camera, and I've messed with that. That was pretty much, that's what I used for when we did the knobstone through. Anytime I do overnight kayaking or stay anywhere, even if I take the camper out, I'll still take my Jetboil and make coffee outside.
Yep.
It's just
very lightweight. Very
yeah, it weighs about
it's titanium, and it's got that cool little coil diffuser in there that actually maximizes your efficiency and your heat. So there's not a whole lot of waste going on. I know like Primus makes a version, a couple other people make versions, MSR, but Jetboil is the company that makes the Jetboil. I mean, they're amazing.
Yeah, so you'll see the link on the 2-minute gear check we can go to. It weighs about 13 ounces. This one weighs about roughly 12 ounces, and it's 7 inches and roughly just under 6 inches. I mean, it fits in your pack perfectly. Side pouches. If you have a water bottle holder and you're like Murph and don't like putting water, put your Jetboil there. Easy access. This is one of the go-to like tools that we use. There's certain things that are going to be immediately, if we stop for a 15-minute break and we want to, heat up some tea or something like that. This is primarily the resource that is somewhere in the pack that we get to quick. That, hammock, slap strap, sleeping bag being down the bottom, food on the outside. But this gear right here is awesome. I've seen actually in the field Marines, I think Wayne Hertz did it, heated up his water, took his shaving cream, the whole canister of shaving cream, and dropped it in the water and had a hot shave.
Yeah, that would work. That's a good move.
It worked for him. So
that guy's smarter than I ever noticed.
Yeah, yeah. It was so. It's funny because we were known as whatever the word is. We like our gear, so we'll call it that.
Geardos.
But people would see what we would bring out to the field, whether it be an isomat or Jetboil, and then next thing you know, next time we went out to a field,
there'd be a couple of them
hanging
hear,
out.
So like, that's mine? No, that's somebody else down the way. They've got one now. Ah, okay, fuckers.
So easy to pack.
Yep.
Retails, the Flash retails between 109, 115, depending on where you go to. You can find them on anywhere from Amazon to REI to the Jetboil site itself. Jetboil Zip retails for 85 to 95, just under $100. Again, the canisters, they make the canisters as far as very, very low cost, very lightweight. I've never needed anything more than 100 grams for a 3 or 4 day outing, and I always carry one is none, two is one is none. Always carry 2.
I think even on Knobstone we were both carrying extra canisters, even though this little canister would have done both of us together quite well.
That is the exact canister that I used, and I don't know if you can hear it.
You can get them at REI, you can get them at Bass Pro, you can buy them online at Amazon or whatever, but honestly, your best bet, you're going to get a better price if you can buy them local. That's one of the few things that is going to be cheaper than Amazon, is buying these local. You don't have to pay the shipping and the extra hazardous. I mean, there is a little bit of that built into it, but man, you can get these for anywhere from like $5 to $12.
And local for me would be Bass Pro Shops, REI, Bass Pro Shops in Nashville, REI in Franklin, and for Indiana,
about the same.
About the same. So. Those are not just indigenous to the Tennessee area. I mean, everybody has them.
And they even make a tool if you're like environmentally conscious, or, well, I mean, we all kind of should be, but they make a tool called a crunch tool, and it's like a key tab thing that you can put on there, and it's kind of like a can popper. And after this thing's used up, you can pop it, and it'll actually take all the excess gas out of it, so that when you recycle it, it's just a container. It's nothing special. They make little scales that you can weigh these on if you're not sure how much fuel you got left. But if I can shake it and I can hear nothing shaking, it's either full or it's completely empty. Yeah, so that's how I go.
So then when you're done, just take everything, take your stabilizer, make sure it's cooled off, make sure it's cleaned out.
It cools really quickly.
And we'll call it field clean. We just give it a general wipe down, put everything in, because you don't want any type of moisture left inside the canister to cause corrosion into your working bits.
Yeah.
And once you're done with that,
I like your balls. Field clean.
Yep, field clean. Put it all back together, and then you're done. So, same thing with the Zip. And these are designed for are just,
it's actually a handy bowl. It's even got markings on it for measuring or for drinking coffee out of. I've drank coffee out of those in a pinch. Yeah. Because I'll drink coffee out of my fucking boot in a pinch if I have to.
I'll carry a separate little mug or something.
I try to, but and actually my little titanium Snow Peak, I think we did it on that video. It actually fits in there pretty well.
Yeah. Oh, for the
coffee video.
Coffee video. And that's it, folks. And this is mostly for anybody that's going to go out in the woods longer than And even just for a day
Overnight,
hike.
yeah.
Even for a day hike, it's perfect if you're taking a break, you know, to have some warm chow, have a warm beverage. Again, you can find that on jetboil.com. That will be attached to the video. You can find it on Amazon or your local sportsman shop like Bass Pro Shop or REI.
And the support for these is actually really amazing. You can get their little igniter, the piezo, I think it's piezo or piezo, igniter rebuild kit. You can get those because eventually over time they are electronic, and it'll tell you like 200,000 lights or something is what it's good for. It's just a small little electronic ignition. Eventually that'll go out. You take this thing apart
right now.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a dick and I screwed it up. I'm dry firing. You can actually replace that thing, I mean, in a matter of minutes, and with basic tools. Just I don't even think you need anything really, but maybe a Leatherman. You can throw that thing together. So they're really easy to maintain for yourself.
And the Zip doesn't have the igniter, but it does have the gas regulator. So that's the word we're looking for, gas regulator.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that that was a lighter only.
Yep, lighter. The Zip is a lighter.
Cool.
But if you use a torch, like the long lighter used for a fireplace,
Or just wooden matches, yeah.
And you can do that even with the flash. If your
Yeah.
igniter doesn't work, all you need is gas flowing and a positive winning attitude. So that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Hit us up with any question or comments if you have anything on it, or have a piece of gear that you want us to try out. If we don't have it, we're always looking for a reason to buy more. Talk to you guys later.